Episode 26 of the Redmont Rangers Road to Glory Career Mode hit on EAFC 24, and to kick things off for this episode I need some help in the comments. I have got a couple of transfers lined up, however I'm not 100% sure whether I want to go through with these transfers or not. So I'm still targeting an additional striker. I'll show you in just a second. I have signed another striker on loan with an option to buy, but I'm not too convinced by that player. So we're going to see how he performs between now and probably sort of January time. And if we like him, then potentially we'll buy him at the end of the season. And if not, potentially we'll look at bringing in another option in January. But I've managed to secure a few transfers just to see what kind of price we're talking about. So Keona Tate was the first one from Cardiff City. 22 years old, 69 overall, 1.125 million. He's the cheapest of the three players that I have put in a bid for here. 6'6", good physicality, good pace, looks like a decent athlete. Interesting that he's got high defensive work rate as well there. Decent enough, actually very good finishing on this guy. So yeah, decent enough ball control and dribbling, but pretty clinical with 71 finishing. 81 jumping as well, in addition to 6'6". Looks like an ideal target man. Similar thing here with Mars Leeburn from Charlton, but he was slightly more expensive, 1.85 million this time. He's 2 years younger and only one overall lower. Better pace, slightly better physical as well. Shooting I think is slightly worse. They're both 68, but his finishing is 68 whilst Tete's was 71. Third striker was Jebison. He's the one that I like most out of the three. 85 pace, 74 physical, and then 69 finishing. Only 21 years old, 70 overall. He, however, would cost 3 million, and we haven't even heard back from Sheffield United if they definitely accept that or not. They are mulling that over a little longer. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about those three strikers? Do we want to bring any of them in? We could either go through with these transfers now, or we could wait until January, try and get them for a similar sort of price. None of the three have any play styles, which I'm a little concerned about. I'd like at least aerial on our striker, particularly if he's going to be a tall target man. The other transfer that we've put in for now is Owen Wolf. So we had to pay his release clause, which is 2.3 million. Only 19 years old, 67 overall. Again, no play styles, which is a shame, but just looks like a really decent, well-rounded player who could potentially go on to some bigger and better things. Not quite as good defensively as I'd like, but very good short pass, and then yeah, just decently mobile, good stamina, that kind of thing. So let me know your thoughts about those four players, and if any of those look good enough to spend our last couple of million on. We do only have 2 million left now, whereas we had 4 at the end of the last episode. That's because I have added a third youth scout, a 4-star scout again, like Brandon Clayton, and he is scouting Belgium. So really just trying to get as many players into that youth academy as possible, so that we can sift through those players and get a couple that can go on to become first team players. The striker that I mentioned, we have got on the bench for this next game against Exeter, Luca Morrow, his name is. So he's 69 overall, only 23 years old, 62, 6'2" is what I meant to say there, with 74 jumping, so kind of within that mould that we're looking for in terms of a big target man up front. But he's got 72 finishing, 72 ball control, and he's got the power header play style. So you don't have to put it up in the air for him to make it stick. He can definitely play with the ball on the ground as well. So we've got him in on loan with the option to buy if we want to. So just a quick update there at the beginning of the episode. We're going to get to 3 games in this particular episode. We've got one against Exeter City here. We've got one against Wrexham, and then we've got one against Reading. I think we're going to jump straight into this Exeter City game at home. We have played Wrexham fairly recently, so I'm not too fussed about playing them again, even though they are one of the teams that came up with us. And then we've got Reading in the Cup shortly after, in back-to-back games. So we can always play that Reading game in the next fixture if we do, in the next episode rather, if we do want to face them. So we're going to jump straight into this Exeter game. We are going to run with a 4-4-2 against Exeter. So straying away from the 5-2-3 that didn't really have us looking particularly good in that first game, which we were soundly beaten in. So we're going to go with Elliot Willis in goal. Back four this time of Key, Taylor, Stanley and Zaroya. So both the new fullbacks in. Lancaster and Just out wide, with Garbett making his first start for us, along with Anderson in midfield, and then Dale and Tavide up front. Luca Morrow certainly going to make an appearance at some point in this game, and then the other kind of usual suspects on the bench there. So let's check out the pre-match report and see how Exeter are going to line up. It is a 5-2-3, so I do like our 4-4-2 against that back five. They won their first game of the season, and then they drew the following two. They're going to counter-attack, and Hartridge is a key defensive player, apparently, right at the heart of that back five. No press conference to get to this time, so we'll just jump straight into the match and hopefully continue the slightly better start that we've had to the season after that disappointing 3-0 loss at home on opening day.
The match everyone has been talking about, and with good reason. Two teams of strong pedigree, rich in talent, on the cusp of going head-to-head in a highly significant confrontation with so much to play for.
Jake Dale there, hoping to make his mark on League One as he did on League Two. Maybe a bit too optimistic to think that he could be the top goal scorer this season, but certainly think he can aim for somewhere between 15 and 20 goals in the league, I would say. Particularly if he manages to stay healthy. I have made just one slider change for the beginning of the season, which I didn't mention in the last episode, and that is to bump the injury severity up to 25. I believe it was at 20 at the end of last season. So quite a significant jump, but we still weren't seeing a massive amount of lingering injuries at the end of last season. So bumping it up 5 to see if we can get... I mean, I don't want players to be injured, but if we're looking for realism, we do need them to be injured. Eli just puts an early ball in. Jake Dale just watches it drop behind him, unfortunately. Be interested to see Michael Garbett today and what he can do. Much higher overall than Sam Ford, but definitely feel like Sam Ford played above his 63 overall rating. He was really good for the majority of last season, really, to be honest. And he felt like more of that kind of 67, 68 overall that Garbett is. Garbett even a 69, I think, potentially. Oh, it's a lovely interception from Eli Justin. He'll try and set Jake Dale away early. I do feel like this 4-4-2 suits our kick and rush style fairly well. As well, maybe even better than that 5-2-3, just because we've got the extra man up front. We can get the ball forward so much quicker. Particularly when both players in Jake Dale and Samson Tavide are such good targets to aim for up there. Oh, it's a nice pass from Josh Key into Jake Dale's feet, but fortunately the Exeter defender was there and managed to get to the ball just before Jake Dale did. See Garbett strike from range here, and he does, but he pulls it wide, unfortunately. A good opportunity, and actually found himself probably in a bit more space than he thought he would. Powerful strike, but a reckless one in the end. Josh Key wins the header. Josh Key has been excellent to start the season here. In his first season with Redmont Rangers, he's been really good, both defensively and going forward. Really nice football down the right here from Rangers. Lancaster will put one in for Tavide at the back post, who heads straight at the goalkeeper. Parries away for a corner, but Redmont Rangers bring in the pressure early. And Eli just will try and swing one across the face of that 6-yard box where Jake Dale's lurking. Josh Key will just nod it down to Brandon Anderson. And now he'll strike from range. Easily blocked from the Exeter defender, and it's a poor header from Caleb Taylor, but Harrison Stanley manages to clean up. Josh Key took a knock somewhere in there, not exactly sure where. And it's another strike, not from quite so far out this time, but Brandon Anderson driving into the box and letting rip with a strike of his own. Exeter defender seem content just to sit off the Redmont Rangers players. Well, if they continue doing so, the ball is going to be in the back of the net at some point in the not too distant future. Oh, and it was a chip shot from Garbutt in the end. Just needed to get his foot round it, and instead he got his foot under it. Went with the outside of the left rather than trying to wrap his right foot around the ball there. Not the best effort from the midfielder, but finding himself in amongst it early. And I'm hoping Josh Key can run off that knock that he's picked up here. Oh, and what an awful effort from Elliot Willis. And completely out of the blue, Exeter find themselves 1-0 up. All because of Elliot Willis's awful attempt to save that shot. Really poor from the goalkeeper at the near post there. Dives away from the ball, expecting him to shoot across goal. Instead the shot is at the near post. And it flies past Elliot Willis into the back of the net. And with their very first attack, possibly their very first touch of the ball inside the Redmont Rangers penalty area, Exeter put themselves 1-0 up.
1-0 the score. Key.
It's been a good start to the game, so no reason to get too discouraged just yet.
Harper. Aimson.
Especially if Jake Dale can... Oh, when the referee's blown for a free kick, that's outrageous. I'm going to need to go and look at that again, because how Jake Dale has fouled him there, I have no idea. He's muscled him off the ball. But that cannot be a free kick. The centre-back's in real trouble. And it's shoulder to shoulder. If anything, the Exeter defender is leading into Jake Dale and then gives him a tug on the shoulder as well as he breaks through on goal, but somehow Exeter get the free kick. And that would certainly have been a goal, you have to think. Jake Dale 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper.
He read it well.
Good pressing from Ryan Lancaster, keeping the Exeter player in the corner there. Of course he can't get the ball away though, because any time the CPU has the ball in a situation like that, they just turn into the Incredible Hulk. Just absolutely impenetrable. You can't get anywhere close to the ball. And the linesman's going to give a foul this time. Zaroya doing well to recover and get back on goal side of the Exeter attacker, but the linesman this time flagging for no reason. It's the officials at the moment that are making it really difficult for Redmont Rangers to get back into the game.
And he whips it in. And he clears it out of harm's.
And it's just over the bar from the header of Brandon Anderson. Looked for a minute as though it might drop underneath the bar and behind Elliot Willis, but it does go out for a corner. Have to win this one again. Elliot Willis comes out and punches the ball away from Caleb Taylor's head. Josh Key has managed to run off that knock, so he will continue in the game. And it's a second goal for Exeter. Really poor defending this time, and Redmont Rangers 2-0 down. Looks like the same goal scorer. A similar poor effort from Elliot Willis, who can't seem to handle the strikers in League One. It's not the best defending. Two players there really left all alone, while Michael Garbutt is just standing around doing absolutely nothing. And Hans Newman furious, and rightly so.
2-0 now and back underway.
I don't feel like it's the 4-4-2. I feel like we've had a decent start to the game. It's just two individual moments where we've made individual errors, and apparently the officials are just absolutely against us today as well. Blowing the whistle at every possible opportunity. I'm not even seeing what these fouls are for. Brandon Anderson finally gets a foot in. So Roy managed to come away with it. Tavide lays it off for Eli Just, but there's very little going on ahead of him, so big switch finds Josh Key, chips it up for Ryan Lancaster. Can't find Michael Garbutt inside though. That looked to be the beginning of a fruitful attack there. Brandon Anderson though, as he so often does, wins the ball back. And that run of Eli Just could be a good one, but Samson Tavide unable to find him. No free kick there for us.
Harper, got attacking possibilities.
Good defending from Caleb Taylor, but somehow the Exeter player keeps the ball. I do not understand that. I had my foot on the ball, and for some reason Caleb Taylor goes right past it. Finally a good save out of Elliot Willis. One he should make, but there's been two that he should have made so far and he hasn't made them. And Tavide now gives the ball away. This is so sloppy. Really just awful football from Redmont Rangers. We seem to have completely lost our heads. Zaroya clears. Jake Dale can't get there on the second ball. Brandon Anderson again manages to nick the ball away. And Lancaster will come away with it. Cuts inside. Tavide taking the defenders away. Jake Dale will spread it wide to Zaroya. Keeps his man on the outside. Pulls it back across goal, but straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Lovely little ball from Garbutt that time, and Jake Dale makes a nice run into the penalty area, but Lancaster can't find him. Really poor angle on the press there from Tavide. I feel like he could have taken away that turn inside from the Exeter player. Why is it so hard to say Exeter?
In position here to protect the ball.
Really back and forth game now, but we've found ourselves in some space. Lancaster drives towards the box. Cuts inside, can't get a shot away. The defender did well there to take away both options. Either the pull back to Tavide or that drive straight into the box from Lancaster. Takes away both options. Diving effort from Samson Tavide, but can't quite get his head on it. Eli Just did well to wait patiently for the overlap of Zaroya there.
Well, we're almost at the halfway stage and they're not making home advantage work for them one little bit here. Stuart, your assessment?
Same, Derek. They haven't played well. They've been slowing possession, they've been poor defensively, and they've lacked a cut in
I do not know how we haven't come away with the ball there. I'm absolutely spamming A, and my defenders are just bouncing off the Exeter player. Same thing again. You just can't get anywhere close to the ball. They can just dribble and dribble and dribble, and my players just bounce off him.
Delivering it.
They win the head there. It's like Guy again. He scored both goals so far. Sandwiched between two Redmont players. Yeah, it's him that manages to get the ball. He's not even the highest player there. Jake Dale jumped probably 2 heads above him. Lovely ball from Garbutt. And Jake Dale hits straight at the goalkeeper and makes a good save. That was an opportunity to go into the break just 1 goal down rather than 2. If you wanted the ball to land at anyone's feet there, you would have chosen Jake Dale. Can't make the opportunity count though.
And there's the delivery. Oh, disappointing clearance.
Really good from Josh Key to win the ball back and find Eli Just. Can't cross the ball before it goes out of play though. And it's a goal kick to end the first half. That shot from Jake Dale there, the first of the game. So although it feels like we've played relatively well going forward, we haven't been able to create really any opportunities for Jake Dale, our top goal scorer. So really frustrating first half. Definitely started the better, but Exeter scored a goal against the run of play and completely stole our momentum. Grabbed a second shortly after, and from there we just completely capitulated for about 10 minutes or so. Tavide's done very little up front. I kind of feel like the system that Exeter are playing makes me want to play a 4-2-3-1 rather than just a straight 4-4-2. So I might try that going into the second half, and I'm actually going to bring Tavide off for Luca Morrow and play Jake Dale in just behind him. So we'll see how that goes. So new striker up front, only on loan for the moment, but we do have the option to buy him if we want. Try and find him early here with the cross from Eli Just. He does manage to win the header, but your header's wide somehow. Luca Morrow's head is the first to meet the ball. Looks like the goalkeeper just kind of slipped there. He came out to try and either catch the ball or punch it away. It ends up slipping, allowing Luca Morrow to header it. But unfortunately he headers wide. That's a really awful challenge. He could be off here. That's a terrible challenge. And the Exeter striker, who's got both of their goals in this game and has put them 2-0 up, has flown in from behind on Nick Zaruya for absolutely no reason and has found himself sent off. So Exeter down to 10 men. We'll see how they line up, whether they leave themselves without a striker, stick with 5 at the back and just go with the kind of 5-2-2 formation, or whether they do reshuffle things slightly and put somebody else up front instead. I think it might be time to switch to the attacking game plan now as well, just to try and take advantage of this moment. That will put us back to a 4-4-2, but I'm actually fine with that.
Trying to pick out a teammate.
Oh, and it's a great header from Garbutt. But fantastic save from the Exeter goalkeeper, diving low and away to his left. I thought that was the equaliser for a moment.
Well, there's been so much talk about a potential transfer, but it's potential no more. It's fact.
Well, he's certainly got ability. A lot of clubs have been in for him, but now he needs to fulfil that potential. He might just have to be patient, though.
Plenty of forward momentum here, but can they produce? No disappointing end to the move.
Eli Just is in acres of space, and Dale just plays it slightly too far ahead of him. We could find him again here though, and the fullback is now left stranded. Luca Morrow lays it off to Garbutt, who's going to play it out in front of Josh Key.
How about the cross?
Does have the pace to get there first
Fancy footwork.
and to cross into the box, but a really athletic collection from the goalkeeper.
Rangers have the ball once more.
We do need to try and play quickly though, that's exactly what we need. Direct balls into those forward players. Garbutt strikes as a shot on target, but again the goalkeeper's equal to it. I think between the goalkeeper and the referee, we might not get anything out of this game.
Can someone get
Jake Dale at the near post, what a save from the goalkeeper! And the ball just will not go into the net. We're going to see this one again, but the save from Jake Dale's header was an even more impressive one. A really powerful header from Jake Dale, but the goalkeeper saves at point blank range. And then the follow-up from Luca Morrow
comes? Really good piece of
is put wide, or blocked wide.
that clearance was of the
And then we hit the post from the following corner. And it just looks like it's not going to be our day today. Managing to do everything but put the ball in the back of the net at the moment. Oh, nice little reverse ball from Anderson, but it's cut out well. And again, just the toe of the Exeter defender nicks the ball away from Luca Morrow.
example of how to press. Harper.
Brandon Anderson trying to win the ball back in midfield there, but can't. Jake Dale manages to. Finds Luca Morrow, plays the ball to Eli Just. We've got more players towards the right-hand side of the pitch, so it's there we're going to have to play the ball. A thunderous strike from Jake Dale flashes wide. Potentially some better options on there. He didn't need to take the shot on himself, and based on that effort, he probably shouldn't have.
Alex Hartridge. Harper. Hartridge. On to goal.
Getting late in the game now, less than half an hour remaining.
And the emphasis is on
Still 2 goals down. Exeter have had very little to offer going forward since going down to 10 men, so can't afford to allow them to do this though, just to keep the ball
Well, I think a classic commentator's curse just then.
and run the clock down.
Can he finish?
Good save from Elliot Willis.
It was anything but.
First sniff of goal that Exeter have had really. They're going to make a change before
Who can he
the
pick up?
corner.
Oh, the penalty.
And the referee's given a
And
penalty.
it's not what they had in mind. It's falling apart for them.
For what?
Well, he's avoided a booking, but the complaints continue.
How on earth is that a penalty?
I think it's a poor foul. It should be a yellow card for me.
Elliot Willis did save the last one. We can't expect him to save every penalty he comes up against though. He already knows which way he's going.
An opportunity for 3-0.
And it is the right way, but the penalty slips underneath him. Somehow Exeter extend their lead.
Well, let's look at that again.
A really just awful decision from the referee to give a penalty there.
The ball goes underneath him. The penalty taker gets
A
late.
good decision from Elliot Willis to dive to his right, but unable to get his hand on the ball. We're going to have to make a couple more changes. Lancaster is coming off for Gibbs. We need more attack and threat from midfield, so although Brandon Anderson has played very well. We're going to bring Sam Ford on for him. And then Jose Da Silva on at left back just for some fresh legs. So 3 changes. And we're going to have to go ultra attacking. If we don't get a goal within the next probably 5 minutes, the game is surely over. I mean, it's probably over as it is, but a goal in the next 5 minutes does make it at least somewhat interesting with Exeter down to 10 men. We do have to get the ball back if we're going to score, though. And actually Exeter find themselves in space at the back post, and for some reason it switched me on to Ronnie Stanley. Ronnie Stanley? Harrison Stanley. I'm running across the box with another player and it just randomly switches me on to Stanley, and I just run off the pitch. It wasn't in the air, it wasn't a loose ball. I should not be switching player there. Nice little turn from Morrow. And again, all we have is a shot from range. Poor pass from Garbutt. We had Jake Dale just kind of sitting on the edge of the box there. Garbutt unable to find him. Again, the ball is right there. Sam Ford's foot is on the ball. I'm pressing tackle. It does nothing. And 10-man Exeter have scored a 4th goal. Right here. How do I not get the ball there? Alright, maybe his foot wasn't on the ball, but I mean, I feel like the ball is there to be won. I'm standing there, the ball is there to be taken. I'm spamming the tackle button. And they're just invincibly strong. They can just hold you off with seemingly no effort.
We're inside the final 15 minutes.
Yet when you have the ball, you can just be shrugged off it.
Harper. How the player goes, he was under a bit of pressure.
Well, there you have it. The away team have had so much of the possession and as a result dominated the game. Some of their passing movements.
We've let a team with 10 men have 55% possession against us.
They have a bit of defending to do. Taking care of business defensively here.
It's a strike at goal from Garbutt. I think it deflected off Jake Dale to go out for a goal kick, and it did. So, I mean, we can't even shoot a goal without getting in our own way, literally, at the moment. Could you make a run, please, Jake Dale? Running straight towards him. I'm spamming the run button, and he just stands and watches.
And quick thinking defensively. Ford. Oh, that's
a good challenge.
Defending. Just 10 minutes remaining here.
Yeah, fortunate bounce there for once. And Eli just plays it right against the shins of the Exeter defender with Josh Key on the overlap.
Rangers have possession again. This could be troublesome. Could it be?
I mean, we're still on ultra attack. Oh my god, is the referee giving a free kick? That is... I do not understand. The tackle button either doesn't work or it's just an automatic foul. That's all it's been in this game. Checked out. Oh, and he's offside! There's no way!
Well, that was really close. It was almost the perfect run, wasn't it?
I mean, it would have been a consolation goal at best. Not that it really would have been any consolation anyway to lose 4-1 rather than 4-0. Oh, what a tackle. Just trying to play the ball round the corner there. Really well worked. Strike across goal. Goalkeeper equal to it. It's been a really good performance from the Exeter goalkeeper. They've won 4-0. One of their players has scored 2 goals, but it's the goalkeeper that's the man of the match. Chance here for Luca Morrow to grab a debut goal. We can't quite get on the end of that though. The Exeter defender read it well. He's not the paciest of players either. It's not really his game, running in behind like that.
Strong play here. No managing to beat him. Holding us up, waiting for support.
And you just can't get the ball off them. That's Harrison Stanley, a 72 overall, I believe, centre back. And he's just kind of holding them off and just turning wherever he wants as if he's not there.
Well, nothing comes of it. It looked promising. Strong play here. Well, let's have a shield the ball and control it.
Same thing, they can just shield the ball.
Using his physical strength to shield.
Same thing here, just can't get anywhere close.
From there.
They just turn their back and you just cannot get close to the ball.
And Taylor.
And then you move to try and get in front. And then they just run away from you instead.
Good defending.
It's another shot on target for the tally from Luca Morrow there, but an absolutely pointless one, meaningless. Awful performance from Elliot Willis. Awful performance for the most part for the defenders.
Well, he was a major reason why they won today. He was so reliable and he inspired.
He was decent going forward, but the Exeter goalkeeper just had an incredible game. We've had 20 shots with a 3.9 XG and we've scored nothing. Man of the match performance from the goalkeeper. Villain of the match performance from the referee, and we lose 4-0 to 10-man Exeter City.
A couple of questions about the match.
What went wrong for the team? What went right? We needed a goal when it mattered. That was in the first 15 minutes where we were absolutely dominating. Do we have to accept they're the better team? We have to learn from setbacks. They probably are a better team than us at the moment. Most teams in League One probably are going to be by the looks of it. We were second best, it's as simple as that.
Thanks, that'll be all for today.
So my plan for the season was to have Elliot Willis remain in goal for one more year and then have Roman Hewitt take over. Whether or not we can stick with that plan, I'm not sure. We might need to upgrade at goalkeeper. Sheffield United want 3 million and a 2% sell-on clause. We can't afford that anymore, so can't go through with that transfer. Garbutt's been a bit of a disappointment so far. We're still very early in the season, but not sure what to do about those three guys either at the moment. I think as we quick sim through these games, they are going to withdraw their interest in joining the club, so we'll have to renegotiate with them if we do want to go through with those transfers. Going to make a couple of changes here ahead of the Wrexham game. Wrexham doing even more poorly than us. We have just 1 point, but Wrexham have 0. So, not a great start for the newly promoted teams. And we run out 3-0 winners. Lancaster scores, Dale scores, and Just scores late on. And we win 3-0, so we'll definitely take that. Get results in sim rather than in game at the moment, but I mean, we'll take points where we can get them. Ryan Lancaster did turn down a new contract. That's something else that I've been doing between episodes. Renewed a few players, extended a few players. But Ryan Lancaster didn't want to sign. We will bring him back though. We'll negotiate again with him and we'll be able to extend Ryan Lancaster. So, good victory for Redmont Rangers there. And then one more game to get through here. So, this guy looks to be more of the kind of player that I was looking for. More of a replacement for Brandon Anderson. 67 overall. He has got a play style. I think that's slide tackle. 23 years old. With decent enough stats. They don't look too impressive though, to be honest. And then those negotiations are over. So let me know in the comments if you liked any of those transfers that we had managed to secure there. And I'll renegotiate with them if you think those will be good deals to go in for. We can see Lukaku makes his way to Juventus. 34 million is not all that much on a 3-year deal. Real Madrid want Hakimi. Anybody else in here that's interesting? Liverpool get the 32-year-old Carvajal from Real Madrid. Noyan Perez to Leicester. Not too much else in there that looks particularly interesting. So let's just sim this last game against Reading. I think what I might do for this game is go 5-2-3. And we're going to play Gibbs. We're going to play Dorset. We're going to play Bullock. We are going to put Sam forward. We're going to put Jamie forward back in the lineup. And I'm going to put Walter on the bench as well. So let's see what we can do against Reading. Also 4 points for them so far this season. And we'll quick sim that and see what we can do. And that is to lose 3-2, unfortunately, with a relatively late goal from Reading. Walter did score. And Gibbs scored as well. So 2 of the youngsters that we are aiming to play in 20 games this season to contribute to that Youth Academy objective. Both getting on the score sheet there, which is nice to see. Got another scout report here. Jack Taylor, 71 overall for this guy. Very mobile. With decent stand tackle. Really good passing stats there as well. So also somebody that I would be interested in. 26 years old, so a little older than we would be looking for ordinarily. And I think we will leave episode 26 there. So a return or a repeat fixture against Reading at home in the Cup for the next game. I think potentially we'll play this away game against Northampton though, and then we also have Rotherham in the cup as well. So this one is actually the Carabao Cup against Reading, so I don't care very much about that particular competition at all. I'd like to make a run at the EFL Trophy just because it's a little more realistic that we might win that, and then the FA Cup as well we'll have a better go at. So Carabao Cup, bottom of the priorities, so we'll sim that game at the beginning of the next episode. So let me know what you think about those transfers, and we'll potentially get something sorted out relatively soon with those. So Atete was about 1.1, Lee Burn was about 1.8, and then Jefferson was 3 million, but we can't afford that anymore. So the other guy was Wolf, his name was Owen Wolf, and he was 2.3. We'd have to pay 2.3. We can't really afford that either, to be honest. So one of those two strikers potentially. Let me know what you think about those, and we'll wheel back around to those in the next episode. So until the next episode, take it easy.